Hello students and my dear listener, myself Gaurav Deshani and welcome into the another session of Laravel. In this video, we will learn that how can we create a controller into the Laravel and then how can we call a view from the controller. As all of you know that and previously discussed by myself, Laravel is a framework which is made up of MVC architecture, where M stands for model, V stands for view, and C stands for controller. So, in my previous lecture, we have created the first page, and using the route function, we have displayed that page onto the screen. And now in today's video, we will create the first controller, and then after creating the first controller, we'll call the view and display the output onto the screen. So I try my level best to explain all of you in a very simple manner that how can we create a controller into the Laravel and then how can we call the view from the Laravel. Now basically for creating the controller into the Laravel, there are two different methods. One is the automated method and the second one is a manual method. That means for creating the controller into the Laravel, we can use the two different methods. These two different methods are: number one, creating a controller using CMD command, and second, creating a controller using manual method. So what I am going to do is I am going to use a creating controller using the CMD command, and later on we will see that how can we create a controller using manual method. So let's start. For demonstrating this particular method, first what we have to do, we have to open the CMD command, and once the CMD command is open, we have to check that whether my XAMPP is properly working or not. Your Apache and MySQL should be into the running mode for creating the controller into the Laravel. As in my previous lecture, I have installed the Laravel into the D drive, and the project folder which I have created is MVM. So here you can see that my Apache and MySQL is working properly. So what I am going to do is, first I am going into the D drive, then CD Laravel, then CD MVM. This is the project folder of my Laravel working directory. Now in this directory I am writing PHP artisan serve. This is the command for starting the PHP Laravel framework and the web server inside the Laravel itself. So let's wait till the server gets started. Once the server gets started, you will get a confirmation message onto the screen in green format. Why it is not started? Let's check. Let me try again. PHP artisan serve. think something wrong into the this is correct one. PHP artisan serve is correct. Okay, now it is started. As you can see that starting Laravel development server, and that Laravel development server is started on this particular port ID, and this port ID gives the execution onto the screen. Now I have opened my MVM folder into the Sublime text editor for fastest editing the code and implementing the same. Even into the last lecture I have also demonstrated the various location of my MVC, right. So as you can see that into the app folder we can create the various types of model, and inside the app there is an HTTP folder. It contains the various types of controller, and into the resources it contains the view. That means where the controllers are, they are inside the app and HTTP. Where are the models? These are inside the app, and where are the view? These are inside the resources. So I ask one question to all my viewers. They can give the answer into the comment. Can you please tell me the location of model, view and controller into the Laravel? Just mention that answer into the comment section. So what I am going to do now is, here I am creating a one controller into the HTTP controller folder. Say for example, suppose I wish to create a one controller, then what I have to do? I have to again open the command window, then I have to go into the Laravel MVM folder. So D drive, then Laravel CD MVM, and then I have to fire a one command for creating the controller. So for creating the controller, command that I have to fire is PHP artisan make colon controller and then the name of controller. So let me show you this thing into the notepad, which is the command PHP, then artisan, then make, then colon, then controller. All these are the keywords, and here you have to give the name of your controller. And remember one thing, the name of your controller should be started with first character as a capital character. So for creating the controller in Laravel, the first character of your controller name should be in capital. So I have fired this particular command into the command window. Now once you fired this particular command window, it shows that controller is created. Here my already controller is created, so it shows that controller is already exist. Now what I am doing is, here I am just giving the another name called test. So PHP artisan make colon controller test, and I am pressing enter. What it displays? Controller created successfully. Now where this controller is created? So this particular controller is created inside the controller folder of your project. That means go into the app, in HTTP, go into the controller, and inside the controller you will see the test controller over here. So in this way you can create the controller. Let me remove it over here. So right now there are no test controller in this window. Again I am going back into the command prompt and I am again firing the command. What it gives? Controller created successfully, and this controller is created inside the controller window. So here there is a one mistake, I have given the slash. So without slash I am giving the command and it creates a test controller over here. So this is the way of creating the controller. Now, after creating the controller, inside the controller here I am creating the method. So, which method here I am giving? Public function example bracket, and into the bracket here I am just giving echo into the double inverted comma h1 tag and slash h1, and then here I am giving this is my first controller, and I am completing this thing with the semicolon. So, what I have done? I have created a controller called test. Once the controller called test is created, in that controller I have given the h1 tag. In that h1 tag I have written this is my first controller. Now, there is a one mistake in this particular file name. So, I am just make changes it. So, I am giving the first character as a capital T, and here I am also giving the capital T. This is my mistake whenever I have created the controller. Now, once the controller is created, second thing what we have to do? The second thing we have to do is we have to go into the resources, and into the resources, sorry, not into the resources, but where we have to go, just a minute, roots. Inside the roots we have to go for web.php. That means we have to go inside the root. Now, inside the root what I am going to do is, first I am commenting my direct view over here. See, I have a direct views. So, what I am doing is I am just commenting that particular direct view. Then here I am using the namespace of a controller which I have created. So, for that what I have written, use app, where A is capital, slash http, it's a location, that means app. Then inside the app there is an http, inside http there is a controller. So, this is the controller, and inside the controller I have created the controller called test. So, here I am giving the word called test. Then the root here I am specifying, that is root colon get, then the name of my method, that is called as test, the class of controller, that is called as test, and the method which I have created, that is called as index. That means what I have done? Into the controller called test I have created the method called example. Sorry, the method is example. So, what I have to do? Here I have to write the method called example, not index. That is my mistake. So, here I am replacing with example. Then after saving this over the browser, after the slash, here I am writing test. So, what it displays? This is my first controller. So, what it displays? It displays this message onto the screen. This is my first controller. Now, in my previous lecture already I have created a one view, if you remember. Let me see into the resources, the view is there or not. So, the view is already created called home. So, here what I am going to do is simply writing return view into the bracket home with semicolon. So, whenever I refresh this, it calls the view and it displays that hello student, this is my first page. So, using the controller, view is been called into the Laravel. So, I hope the thing is clear at your side, that how to create the controller in Laravel and then how to call the view using the controller from the Laravel. Thank you very much students for listening me, and have a nice day.